talking and not doing, I guess, is like the gist of it. But like a lot of people complain, right? We all complain. Like as much as some of us try not to, we still do complain. But a lot of us complain and do something about it. And then a lot of us, most of us, complain and do nothing. So my whole thing to come on here to say is don't just complain about it. Do something. Do something. That's why the title of this is Faith Without Works is Dead. You hear it all the time in a plethora of resources. It's not just in the Bible. I mean, you can believe all you want, and of course I'm not coming after anybody specifically, but, not necessarily trying to offend anybody, but it probably will offend somebody. You can't just pray about it, okay? Like, you can't. Prayer is good. Prayer is good for multiple different things, and I think it's very, very important for your spiritual health and your overall health to have a relationship with God, to talk to God. But yeah, you can pray and do nothing. And when you do nothing, a lot of times those prayers, they're just hitting the ceiling, okay? Because you're not doing anything. God's sitting back looking at you like, okay, you gonna get up and do something? We just had this discussion. I gave you what you need. Go ahead and get moving. You are the answer to your prayer. I gave it to you. So, yeah, that's what I'm calling on to say. Just, don't just complain about it. Do something. And it's something that I've had to learn as well, in different ways, because I've always been a relatively active person, just in the sense of leading by example, which is kind of my motto. But if I believe that others should do something, it's like, that quote from Gandhi, be the change you wish to see in the world. Yeah, it's all the same concepts. That's why I work out how I do. That's why I'm big on my health. That's why I'm big on my diet and all of this. Because as a doctor specifically, but even outside of medicine, I don't believe that I can just, make suggestions and tell people what to do and complain about, people being unhealthy and as a whole, and I'm unhealthy. I haven't done anything to benefit myself, lifestyle wise. So, yeah, I'm definitely big on leading by example, but then even in the past few years really, because I became more adamant about volunteering and get involved in the community, especially when I started medical school. But, yeah, you can't just complain about, everything. If you feel something, if you are willing to advocate for change with your actions, then you have nothing to complain about. I mean, should you even be discussing it if you're not willing to do something about it? You get what I'm saying? So, and the thing is that in the world, not just now, because I know, we're all feeling, a little off, rightfully so, but it's not just now. The world has always had several problems. There's a plethora of problems. Just choose one. I know there used to be a movie that I used to love as a kid, Robots. If anybody remembers that movie, let me know in the comments. But yeah, it had Robin Williams in it. He was the character Fender. Loved that character. But I remember the character Big Weld saying, see a need, fill a need. And that was like kind of the premise of the movie. And it's so true. It's so true. If you see an issue, if you see a problem, go out and solve it. So with all the issues, a lot of times, like if there's a problem that pisses you off and you're very passionate about, alchemize those feelings into action. If you're upset, use that passion to go and solve it. Because maybe most people have never thought about this, but have you ever thought that maybe that issue irritates you so much because you're supposed to be a part of the solution? maybe you were created to be a part of the solution. Whether you believe you're created or not, we don't have to get all into that. But maybe that is part of your purpose. Use that passion to find the solution. Just go out and do something. I know there's a quote from Theodore Roosevelt that I had just found that really summarizes all of this to me really well. And it was, in any moment of decision, the best thing you could do is the right thing. The second best thing you could do is the wrong thing. But the worst thing you can do is nothing. And I 100% agree with him on that. Yeah. So that's all I came on to say was, if you're feeling some type of way about any issue, I don't care what it is. Like for me, it's the healthcare system and the general health of the people in the United States specifically, but in the world as a whole. But yeah, those are things that really bother me. So that's why I'm doing this. That's why I am doing a bunch of other initiatives to try and not only find the solution, but implement the solution. You can't just plan and say, oh, this is what we should be doing. Because every time you get an argument with folks about whatever topic, that's always what comes out. Well, this is how we should be doing it. Then go and do it. Be my guest. So that's all I'm on here to say. Empower yourself. You can be the solution. You can be a part of the solution. Get out there and find how to do it, how to help. But don't let your faith die by not doing anything. That's all I'm saying. So I hope y'all have a wonderful evening, morning, or afternoon, or whenever you see this. And continue to lead by example. Later, loves.